Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Let us know if we're live and if you can hear us. As you can see here in Oregon, it's our first day of phase 1.
Yeah, we get to be back together doing this.
We do. We just have to keep a little distance.
Yeah.
No hugging. But anyway, we're so happy to be here and work together on this beautiful flower, which I forgot to bring the finished ones, of course.
Oh no,
it's such a crazy day.
We're gonna have a finished one at the end of this.
We will,
so
and you can always go look on the site because there's some gorgeous pictures of what we've made, and there are so many of the members asking for gladiolus.
Yeah, it was a very popular recommendation.
It was. And we see that some of you have already made them, which kudos to you because you figured out her method.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I posted a tutorial, and so they're able to look at it, and it's really helpful while you're watching the video to go back over that. And you guys took advantage of that and made it ahead of time.
And they were absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
I loved seeing the creativity, the added color that some people put on. And so how are we doing on sound? And everything looks good? Okay, wonderful. Well, first of all, we wanted to acknowledge that we have a lot going on right now. Like tomorrow's the first day of summer. And
4th of July is coming up.
Yeah, but the thing we really want to acknowledge is that today is Juneteenth, which, with everything going on in the world, we really wanted to take a pause and acknowledge it. And today during our team meeting call, we made a choice to purchase a class for each one of our team members. I said members, but I meant team members, and to support and really learn what we can do and how we can step up. And if you could write down the place that we purchased that class, we have a date. I think it's on July 6th, where we're actually
the Monday after the 4th.
Yes, we're gonna meet up and actually have a conversation as a team and talk about how we at Leah Griffith can help support what's going on with Black Lives Matter. And so we just wanted to put that out there and just really honor and show that our hearts are with everyone. Yeah. And as we do our creativity, right? So make sure if you guys have any questions, go ahead and type them over in the comment section and they will be called out so we can answer them for you. That's what's so beautiful about doing these lives is we can really interact with you guys. Exactly. And what is the other thing? Oh, we're doing a giveaway, of course. So we have to make up a question. Okay, so let's see, July. What creative things are you all planning to do in the month of July? Do a big, let's see, what did we usually do? My mind's all over the place today.
Can we do like a firework emoji?
Yeah, do a firework emoji.
I don't know if it's possible.
Maybe not. Let's not do that. That might be tricky for some people. Just say win. Just do
an asterisk.
Asterisk.
Looks like
okay, hashtag. That works. Yeah, or an asterisk or a hashtag, and just answer that question. And at the end of this class, we're going to pick a winner. And as usual, we are going to send you all the materials that you need for next month. Yep. And I'll tell you guys what we're going to do next month for July as our member make. And I'm super excited about it.
It's going to be really pretty.
Yes, you might want a cutting machine with a rollerblade. But anyhow, let's get going. Yeah. Megan has prepped a lot of this stuff, and hopefully you guys had time to prep.
This one is the prep is a little time consuming for this one. So I did prep a decent amount of it for us. The stamens need some time to dry. So I've made all of our stamens, but we will show you how to make those. We've made them for many other flowers in the past, so I'm sure it'll be familiar.
Yes.
We
have our overhead camera. Yay.
Yes.
So you all can.
It's not there anymore.
There it is.
There it is.
So you guys can see what's going on close up.
Get in there. Perfect. So as always, we start with our template.
Okay. And they're already cut out, so we don't need them.
Yeah, and it's already cut out, so we don't need it. I would recommend, these are really simple shapes. You could cut these out by hand if you don't have a cutting machine. You can cut, I'd say, up to like 5 layers of crepe without it getting weird.
Especially this extra fine crepe. Yeah.
Oh, it's doubled.
Yeah, the extra fine crepe is really easy to do multiple layers, which brings me. So we're using white, but you guys can use whatever color you want.
Yeah, you can. I've seen them in pink, lavender. We chose to do white for this one. They're really pretty.
Right. And then this beautiful pale green, of course, for all the details. And then we have, our sim
green
wrap.
For our sepals, and then we use the double-sided as for our leaves
To make a strength to them.
Since they're really long. Yeah,
All right, so where do we start?
yeah, we're gonna start with our stamen. I'm gonna show you guys how to do those.
Okay. Glasses on.
So you're gonna take your 24 gauge white wire and we're gonna cut it into lengths. Each stamen is gonna be about 3 inches long.
Oh. I know. Actually, you know what? I think that I'm going to move over and just let Megan have the floor here.
Okay, have the.
Yeah, she can have
There we
the center.
go.
Because I'm just kind of chirp along here.
All right, so we're gonna cut our white wire into 3-inch pieces.
Okay.
And each flower is going to have 3 stamen. And so you can put as many flowers as you'd like onto your stalk. We put 6. All right, and after you've cut those, you're gonna use your plier wire cutters and you're gonna bend the top just like 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch down to create like a little loop at the top and pinch it. And you're gonna do that with all of those.
This is where a good pair of needle nose pliers is so helpful.
I use these for most flower projects. All flower projects because they all have wire stems. All right, and once you've done that, you're gonna wanna grab a piece of scrap paper. So we're just gonna use the back of our template since we aren't cutting it out. Just move a little bit of this.
Okay.
All right, and we're gonna put some tacky glue down. Just a little. Do you want some?
Yeah. I'm pushing my little petals up here very carefully
Yes.
because you told me they're similar in size. So you want
Yes.
to
Make sure,
Keep
really
them-
pay attention to your petals once you've cut them out that you don't get them mixed up. Keep them separated. So we're gonna roll the tips that you just bent over in your glue.
Okay, I can't see your hand.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think we're gonna give you front and center on
There
this
we
whole
go.
video. This is the first time we've used this software in the studio.
Well,
Usually
yeah, in
we've
the
done it.
space.
Yeah, we've done it. In
There we
2
go.
Yeah, there we go. And
So you're
even
gonna
further
roll
up
this.
because the
Keep
overhead.
going.
Yeah.
Right there. Perfect. And I'm gonna take, let's see, for our centers, we use the pearlescent yellow. And then we also, in some of them I used kind of like a magenta lavender tone as well.
Mhm.
You can, if you look closely at Gladiolus, some of them, the stamens are a bit different in color. And so you want to get your pan pastel into a powder. And a lot of times I'll use like the edge of my scissors or the edge of my curling tool and just wipe it off afterwards, just to scrape a little bit to get some powder. And you're going to go ahead and roll your stamen in there and just kind of tap the excess off, just like that. And I would give that about an hour to dry just to be sure that it's not goopy anymore. Yeah.
And last month when we were doing the hibiscus, no wait, what did we do last month? Time flies. The hibiscus. Well, anyhow, last month when we were doing the centers, we had so many great ideas on what different materials to use. If you don't have a pan pastel, you can use just a regular chalk.
You could use chalk.
Uh-huh.
You could, I don't remember what else there was. The embossing powder was a good idea as well. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of different options for that.
And so we just, we always reuse this little piece of foam here. I just have it on my desk and I use it to stick my stamen into as I'm making them. It's great to sit and let them dry.
All right. This is too much fun. I love just playing in the
I know,
glue here.
it is fun to just roll it. And so now, once those have dried, you're going to go ahead and we're going to attach them with our
Okay. Do we know which
tape.
ones are wet here?
Uh-oh.
I probably didn't do a very good job of that.
It's okay. I think this one is. There you go.
Okay.
Here's some floral tape. All right, so for these, we're gonna group the stamen in groups of 3. And so I have a few more over here. So you're gonna take 3 stamen and just get all the heads of them even. Ooh.
Sorry, I just tried. I'm going to help her out by moving this there.
Yeah, and we're just gonna go ahead and wrap it. And so 3 inches for this stamen is a little bit long, but I always like to have a little bit too much than not enough.
Mhm.
And so we're gonna wrap these only about an inch down from where you pan pasteled and glued. So it's gonna look like this. Let's see. There you go.
And since we're doing 6 on a stem, we'll need to do this 6 times.
You're gonna have to
Okay.
do this 6 times. And I did do enough so we could each make one
Okay.
whole stem.
I really liked that you made them, with white. I thought that was such a pretty color because you can mix it with anything, especially
Yeah.
this time of year. It had kind of a 4th of July feel to it as well.
It did. It would be a great, and just like your centerpiece.
For your 4th of July.
Yeah.
Are any of you guys having 4th of July parties out there?
I'm not.
I'm not.
We don't have any plans yet.
We don't have any questions yet, but we do have a lot of people answering your questions. So,
Okay,
yeah.
good. Wonderful. Something that I forgot to bring up because I was writing all the things to remember on the board, and then I got sidetracked. But okay, so I don't know if some of you received this funky email in the last week saying, "Hey, we need your email, and we need you to opt back into email." So this is real life. We a few weeks ago, because of some funky technical difficulties, lost our entire email list, which is a little funny in a way, right? Sort of. And in order for us to email you, you have to opt in. And since we did have your emails as members, we were able to let you know through an email. And I know some people were like, wait, is this spam? This sounds really weird because you're doing a giveaway. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to tell you guys, if you have not opted in to our email list since June 9th, was that it?
I believe so.
Or before June 9th?
It was June 8th, I think. That was for sure.
Midnight June 9th.
That's right.
Okay, so if you haven't opted in, into our email list since then, there's a link. Anna's going to pop up a link for you to do so, and that way you can make sure to be on our list. And we always send out alerts for our member make. And I mean, I don't know what to say. It's a human thing, right?
Yep.
Things happen, but we're going to be okay. We just want to make sure and be able to communicate with you guys when we have things to tell you. So make sure and opt in. Is there anything else I'm missing? I'm sure I'll remember. Okay, so I have 5 here. Do you have
4,
an extra one?
5, 6.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
There we go. And so, you only want to do this part of the flower once you've allowed your stamen to dry. I made all of these yesterday, so they are
Nice and dry.
plenty dry.
Okay.
All right. And so on the template, it shows you, now I've messed up a little bit. It says we have a large flower and we have a small flower. So you want to make sure that you're keeping those petals separate, which I've done here. I've just kind of placed them in piles. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way.
So this is the
So you
small
can
one,
see
this is
my
the large. Okay.
White. Yeah. So we have our small and our large. Actually, I do need this though. All right. And first we're going to take our pan pastel in the bright yellow green shade. And you could use any color again. You could use pink, orange, whatever color you would like to make your flowers.
Okay.
All right, and we are just going to take the smallest petal from each flower. So we have the large petals and we have the small petals for
How many
each
petals
flower.
on each flower?
6.
Okay, that's easy enough.
Yeah. And so we are only going to color the small petals from each flower. And you only need to do one side because only one side is going to show. And we're just going to shade the base and just up the flower just a little bit. Go ahead and I don't know if you can see that. It's a little bright.
Also,
All
I have a
right.
question while you're doing that. I'm going to show it on the screen, but it says, when will you have the double white crepe paper?
Oh.
Right. That one is actually being shipped from Germany. I believe we're not going to have it back until August. And I'm sorry about that. We're going to try and do flowers with paper that we have. And I think we're the only ones that carry the double-sided white at this point.
Yeah.
We do have, if you're really desperate for it, you need it for a project. We do have a video on our site. Maybe Anna can put that link up there that shows you how to make your own DIY. You can take the white and use fusible interfacing and an iron, and you can make it your own. So if Anna, you can pop that up there for them. And then stay tuned. Again, if you're on our email list, we will alert you. It's back in stock. Yeah, we have a huge shipment coming over from Germany with some new single colors. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now we're gonna take our petals. We're gonna shape them. So we're gonna cup them. And these small petals are so tiny. And these petals are a little roughly when you look at them. So if you overstretch, it's not the end of the world.
Okay. So you stretch before you curl.
Yes, I found that for this flower it worked. It held its shape a little better.
Okay, that makes sense because then if you curl and then stretch, it will stretch out the curl.
It takes out the curl, yeah. And so then you're going to take your curling tool and curl the top two corners, corners,
kind of in a V,
edges, in a V. And so I'll show you with the larger petal. It'll be a little easier to see. So you're going to curl it so your petal looks just like this. Oop. And we're going to do that to all of our petals.
So we're doing all 6, including the non-stretched.
We're going to stretch all, what?
Yeah, we're going to curl and shape all the petals.
Yes, we're curling and shaping all of the petals.
The non-colored one as well.
Yes. Yep. And so while I'm doing it, I like to just cup one and then I curl it. And I just keep the curling tool in my hand. And it goes.
That's a nice thing. That's
quick.
The curling tool. I love it because
you can just hold it while you're doing other things. It's got a nice little grip on one side.
I'm just going to put up, so Erin King says that they make their own double-sided white all the time using 3M spray glue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3M spray is also really good. I personally don't like to inhale it. So if you do use it, make sure you put on a mask.
Yes.
Which
wear a mask, do it outside.
Yeah, do it outside, but put a mask on outside.
We're all wearing masks anyway.
Well, I know, but you don't want to use that one because it'll get sticky and gross.
Might not be
yeah, but 3M works. And again, the reason why we started using the double-sided, the fusible, is because of the inhalation, and it works really well too. You just want a nice hot iron. The Easy Press is a really good iron.
Yeah, it's nice and big, covers all of it. All right, so now we're gonna make our flowers. We're gonna attach our flowers to our stamen. And doing this, you can use hot glue or you can use tacky glue, whichever you prefer. I didn't find that the hot glue made it too bulky or anything. It's totally fine. Yeah. Could I have the tacky glue?
Okay, you can have it. I have my hot glue gun over here. I'll just pull it out.
Nope. All right. So we're going to just put glue on the base. We're going to start with our smallest petals that you've shaded. And you're going to put just a little glue on the tip of the end of your petal. And we're going to place the 3 smallest petals evenly around the stamen.
A quick question from Christine. My hands are too small for curling tool. Any suggestions?
Oh.
So this curling tool is too big for you? I would say, actually, it's downstairs, so I can't show you. Silhouette has their scraper tool that's actually smaller than this. It's really quite tiny.
Yeah, it is a lot smaller.
Yeah.
It's a little square.
It's a little square. Try that. I don't know that they sell them individually, but they sell them in packs. And I just filmed a video the other day about silhouette and cricket, and I noticed it was smaller, and it would work really well for smaller hands.
Yeah.
So.
All right, once you've placed your small petals on, we're gonna go ahead with the larger petal for your flower, the one that isn't colored. And we are going to glue those evenly around as well, just in the spaces between the petals that you already glued. Just like this. And if you actually want to get that foam thing in here,
Okay.
I actually was sticking my flowers in foam as I was finishing them.
To let them dry.
To let them dry and
Mhm.
so they didn't get squished while I was doing other things.
Especially if you use the white glue.
Yeah, especially if you're using tacky glue.
Mhm. I don't have patience for tacky glue.
I love it because I just love the hold at the end once it does dry.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's closer
It's
and
softer.
it's very, I don't know, a little more delicate looking.
It is. I would say the tacky glue is probably the superior of the two. Because see, I can't move it once I get it on.
Yeah,
I'm
once
like,
you get
I
it
want
on,
to
you
nudge
can't.
that up. Oof, too bad.
And then we've already prepped all of our other flowers that we're going to be adding onto our stock. So I'm going to keep working on just making my small flowers right now.
Okay.
And then I'll move on to my larger ones just to keep everything organized and separated.
And while she's working on those,
Mhm.
let's open it up to questions. I know there's some questions out there.
So far, not many.
Okay.
There are people from all over the country and the world.
Yes, tell us where you're from.
So we've got, I'll just show the last couple, but we've got Heather from Texas and Susanna from Brazil.
Nice.
And a whole bunch of people. We got April from New Mexico, all over the place.
There we go. Let's see. Again, we'll talk about our giveaway if any of you missed it. We're going to be sending you all the materials for next month's Member Make. Do we have a date on next month's Member Make? Anna, can you throw that up on the screen? I know we have one.
Yeah.
I just can't remember.
I
off
think
the
we
top of
have
my
one,
Mhm.
but I can't remember.
So July Member Make. So for us to pick a winner, go ahead and put up on the screen. I can't remember what my question was.
What are you crafting for July?
Yes,
Right?
of course.
Yeah.
Duh. That's the best question ever. No, I'm kidding.
We've got people from all over. They're giving us Canada, Jay. We got Carol from England.
Sweet.
Beatrice from London. And all over. It's awesome.
Yeah, how do you guys like seeing your pictures and your comments popped up on the screen? I love it. Next time,
I think it's really fun.
yeah, next time we do this with this software, make sure you say Leah and Megan. I know usually we have two different.
I know, right?
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
That's Megan.
Oh, yeah. Normally we have the two separate
Yeah.
screens.
Hey, we're charting new territory here. I know this. We're just so. How long have we been working from home now? It's been.
Over 3 months.
Oh, I feel like it's been like 4 months.
Has it?
Since
Okay.
March.
3.5
Yeah.
months.
So it's like, wait, what?
Who
That's
are you?
not. Yeah. Do you work here? Kidding. I'm kidding. We actually have a daily call with all of the team every morning, and we do a little video chat. It's fun. Sometimes we just talk about business, and sometimes we talk about other things.
Mm-hmm.
Have to have a little social time.
Yes.
So, but I've moved my office back to the studio space, and I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, shout outs. Who else is out there? Tell us where you're from.
We got from Virginia. We've got from Anchorage, Alaska.
Nice.
And we have a neighbor here. I saw it. Where are you? Hi, neighbor from Bend.
A neighbor.
Oh, from
Oregon.
Bend.
From Bend.
Yes, I need to make a trip to Bend here pretty soon for a little
Yeah.
vacay. It's so pretty there. those of you who live all around the world, Bend is, I don't know, it's probably one
It's
of our,
nice.
yeah, it's
The
one of
weather
our
is very
nice. Yeah. It's a kind of a ski resort and a lot of golf goes on there. It's mountainous, a lot of water sports. So it's sort of the outdoor Oregon quintessential place to go.
It's always a little bit warmer.
Yeah. Because
Well,
it's more
in
like a
the summer it's warmer. In the winter it's colder.
Has snow.
Yeah.
This is going to take forever,
fun.
Megan.
It takes forever.
Okay, well, let's do one.
Okay, let's just make one.
Right.
We can just do one.
Not that we don't love chatting with you, but we want to make sure and keep this within an hour.
Very true. There's always a balance between how much I can prep beforehand. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I prep too much and then it's like too quick and we're like, well,
Okay.
30 minutes later.
Yes.
We don't feel like it was long enough.
It's all good. This is perfect. That's why there's two of us.
Yeah.
So I'm making the small ones. Are you making the big ones?
Well, I already made all the small ones, so
Okay,
now
well-
I'm working on big ones.
You're way faster. I am chatting it up a bit.
That's okay.
We do have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So,
Yay.
First off, welcome Beth, but she's lost in trying to figure out what we're doing here, which
Oh,
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Beth. Okay, so here's the good news, Beth, is that you can always replay this. Once the live is over, it will be available. You can start from the beginning. We do have two cameras so that you can see close up what Megan's doing. So we talk about all the details, tips, and tricks for how to make this gorgeous gladiolus.
Yeah, and we also provided a photo tutorial on the post as well. So if you're super lost just watching the video, you can always go back and reference that as well.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
we also have another question. Alice asks, how do you store your crepe paper and how about scraps?
Yeah. Okay. So in our studio, we have our crepe. This is good. I'll let you keep going.
Yeah.
And I can chat. Our studio, we have all of our crepe paper is somewhat rolled. It's sort of a mixture between what was called folds. Like this would be more of a fold shape, and then the rolls, the smaller or the lighter. The other crepe paper comes in rolls, except for the singles, which come in folds.
Yep.
So we actually have bookcases, and I believe they are IKEA bookcases,
Yep.
and they fit perfectly, and you can move the shelves around, but it's the exact length of the actual. This is why I love this
Yes.
shorter 10-inch instead
Yeah.
of the 20-inch, because you can just stack them. And so we have just these rows, and we just stack them in colors. You can also put little dividers between and kind of keep them corralled if you want to. And then these are great because then you can stack them right in a row like this.
Yeah.
And it keeps them pretty clean. It only has exposure to the light on the end, which is nice. So, yeah.
And I at home, I store them the same way. I have them in a bookcase.
And as far as scraps go, get a nice box with a lid on it and just kind of keep them
Start
in there.
piling them in.
Yeah. And maybe even you could have different boxes for different color groups if you wanted to, if you had a lot of scraps. It's a good idea to keep the scraps, especially if you're using the cutting machine, because then you can test cut with scraps. That was a good question.
That was.
Yes. We're going to do a little
We have
tour.
lots of storage ideas.
Yeah, we
Do you
do.
need any?
Yeah. Not only do we have storage at our studio, we also have storage at our homes now
Yes.
with our home offices.
Yeah.
So.
You want
Okay,
to
is
make
that your
one
last
more
one?
big flower?
Oh, yes,
No,
I
I
can do
need
that.
one more. Right?
Okay.
1, 2. Yeah.
I'll do that and you can start telling them.
Let's see. This is my.
You want one more then?
Yeah, I need one more big flower.
Okay.
So we need. Well, we could just make it with what we have. It really doesn't matter. You can do either of the size flowers in any combination that you'd like on this on the stalk. Good. For ours, we used in the photos on our website, the ones that you're seeing, we used 6. You could use way more. You could use less. If you're going to be making a lot of them, I would say do a variety. And so there's more. So it'll look nice in a bouquet.
These are actually quite simple too. I know doing a big
Yes.
stock with so many flowers is time consuming, but the actual process of putting them together is so simple.
It's very beginner techniques,
And
I would say.
and it's a
Yeah.
flower that looks great no matter what.
Yeah.
I would say this is a good beginner flower.
It is. All right, so we are gonna take the lighter green. I forget what these pieces are called. Leaves. I think I might have just called them leaves.
Okay.
Bud leaf. Yeah, the bud leaf.
And that's this right here. Mhm.
Yes. So for these, we are going to shape them. We're just going to cut the middles a little bit just to give them some more shape. And you're going to use about 9 of these on a stalk. Give or take, this is not a flower that is super precise, besides the amount of petals you need
Mhm.
for each flower. But
I just picked my first
All right.
zucchini yesterday.
from your garden?
Yep.
Mine, I only planted tomatoes and there are none yet.
I have tomatoes.
Really?
Yep. Mhm. They're tiny, but they're coming.
All right, so you're going to take your first one and we're going to put some
Squirrel.
glue on the bottom. Gardens are like crafting. It's a different kind
Gardens
of craft.
are creative, absolutely.
Yeah. And we're going to take what is this, a thick stem wire. And we're going to go ahead and put this on the tip and just kind of wrap it around so it goes around the tip here.
Neil,
Just like that.
yeah, on a more narrow tip.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we are going to continue. We're going to take another one. And across on the other side of your wire, we're going to place another one, probably an inch down, half an inch down.
And you're rotating them.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's across. So it looks just like this when we've got 2. And we're going to continue doing that down the stem. And we're going to place, we're going to place 6 of these. And once
While you do that, I do have a couple questions
Yeah.
here. So first, Cynthia is asking which vase would work well with this flower.
Right. I think that really depends on how many stems you have. You can see the vase that we used in the photography for, on the site. My rule of thumb for vases is that you want your flowers to be taller than your vase.
Otherwise, the vase is going to overpower flowers.
If you're only doing one stem, you want to have a smaller. Did we get stuck there?
It was stuck for a sec, but
No, it's like.
it's stuck on the screen. So let me just
Yeah.
check really fast.
Okay, I'll finish.
Oh, now it's moving. I think we're good now.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
All right, so going back to the vase question. And then, so if you're just doing one stem, you'll want a vase that has a narrower top to it.
Yeah.
So, and if this is a long flower, so I'd probably not do a fat round one. I would probably do more of a medium. Yeah, so you want your vase to be probably at least a third the height, but
Yeah.
no more than half the height. Does that make sense? I actually have some of this, those notes in the book.
Yeah.
How many did you put on text?
I put on
A couple
6.
other questions here.
Okay.
So Lisa is checking thick stems 12 inches long.
Yes, they are 12 inches long.
Great. And then Jeanette is asking, do you carry the thick stem wire yet?
We're working on it.
We're trying so hard.
Yeah, it is. You wouldn't think it would be so tricky. Well, especially with shipping being crazy
Yeah.
right now. And
Yeah.
But
Makes it a little harder.
it is actively happening. I'll just say that. Okay.
And then one other question. Well, that's not a question. Nikki asked, Leah and Megan, what have been your favorite member mix? So far?
That's a good question.
Oh, I really liked the hibiscus.
Yes,
That
of
was
course.
one of my favorite flowers.
Yeah. I think my favorite, I mean, I know, so I'm just going to say
Yeah.
it. My favorite was the big, huge peony
Oh,
that
yeah.
we did together.
That was really fun also.
That's probably one of my favorite flowers
Yeah.
to date.
Mhm.
It's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we ready?
Great.
Yeah, we're going to make a
I
couple.
love your questions. by
Yeah,
the way.
we're going to make a couple buds now real quick. And then we can come back to
I
some
may have done too
questions.
many. Oh, well.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You can put as
It's a
many on as you
gladiolus.
want.
That's right.
So we're going to take some bud petals, and they're labeled on your template.
Okay.
And we're just gonna kind of stretch them and ruffle the tips a little bit. And then we're actually going to just roll it up from the bottom, like kind of, pinch the bottom. So it's kind of just rolled like this. And then we're going to take one of our bud leaves and place a little bit of glue, I'd say a third of the way up. And we're going to go ahead and glue that bud in there and kind of
Pinch it.
We're not going to pinch it yet.
Okay.
We're going to add, once you have it like that, we're going to add a little more glue. And then we're going to go ahead and add it on to our stem. So that now you have just some little flowers that are starting to poke up out of your bud leaves. And I'm going to put 3
3 is a
of
good
the
number.
buds on.
Yeah. I was just talking to somebody the other day about the rule of 3 or the rule of odd numbers.
Yeah.
And they said that they'd never heard that before, but I guess because you and I went to art school.
Oh, yeah. If you go to any sort of art school, you get it drilled into your head.
That's right.
And we're going to keep just moving down the stem as we add these guys.
Oh, that brings me to another thing I was going to talk about that I forgot. We have a new feature on our site, and it's just getting finished right now. We have a couple more things that we're popping in, but if you guys want to go take a sneak peek, on the top menu, you'll see that we have 2 layers of menus now. On the top menu, you'll see getting started, June collection, and then Craft Academy. So Craft Academy, we finally figured out how to make this all happen. So Craft Academy is where we're putting all of our videos that are really more technique oriented. So right now we have 4 free classes. One will be live probably next week. And they're just really basically going through each of the materials and tools. Then we have our mini courses, and Megan just finished one on macrame.
Yeah.
That's being built out right now. It's all finished. We're just adding the videos every day. There's 4 mini courses there, and we're going to be adding to that library. Like every month we'll be adding at least 1, if not more, to that library. And then the third is going to be the master course.
Yeah.
And master courses will be a full-fledged start to finish. If you know nothing about crepe paper flowers, take the master course, and by the time you're done, you'll have it. And that's the first course we're doing is crepe paper flowers.
Yes.
So go check it out.
It's very user-friendly. It's so nice.
And it's great for beginners. And also,
Yeah.
I think there's so much information there for people who are, seasoned crafters, that they can get a lot out of it as well.
Yeah. All right. Oh,
We
do you have a
couple
question?
questions if we have a space of time.
Sure.
Yes.
Terry is asking, you don't use any kind of fixative with the pan pastels because it would make the crepe paper color bleed, right? Is that right?
No, you can use a fixative. We've used spray fixatives before. I always recommend if you're going to use a fixative, get a UV one because it'll protect it from the sun. It'll also protect any pan pastel from moving around. And
The reason why we don't use it so much when we're sitting here, we don't want to
we're
run out.
inside. I'm not going to go outside to spray it, but
yeah. And also on crepe paper, especially when it's deep inside, you don't really touch it. But I think it's a great option.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're making these flowers to use for an event or something where they're going to be handled a lot before they're displayed. I would definitely recommend doing a fixative.
UV.
Yeah.
There you go.
UV fixative.
And then one other question, and that's wondering, have you ever used scents on crepe paper flowers?
Used scents?
That is a question.
No. I feel like we've gotten that question before.
I know, it's a good one, and that might be something. We haven't used scents. I'm really sensitive to fragrance.
Yeah.
But I love essential oils.
Yeah.
So I definitely think
spritz.
Yeah, you could.
I'd be scared that it would ruin the crepe paper a little bit.
It's a little oily, but you could also just take something and dip it in, and then tuck it into your flower, like a little cotton something, and just tuck it in. The thing about essential oils is that it does eventually go away.
Yeah.
So it doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
Okay, what's our next step?
Now we get to add our flowers.
Okay.
And we're going to start with the small ones, and we're going to attach them using floral tape.
Okay. I'm going to do a little repair here just because
Okay.
I was hacking around a bit as I was chit-chatting.
Yeah. So we're going to start with our small flowers. And I'm actually going to have you grab your flower and go ahead once your petals have all dried, adjust your stamens so they're not all sitting together. You can kind of bend them, just spread them out so they're not all
Clumped.
Yeah, just
Okay.
right next to each other. And just do that before you add each flower on. And
Okay.
so we are going to use our pliers, and I'm going to bend right at the base of the flower. This is just so I can easily add it to my stalk.
I'm going to prep these for you since we're not making two.
Yeah. And so I'm going to just set it right below the last bud. I'm just going to use my floral tape to go ahead and add it on. Oh. And then as you add these flowers, you're going to have them kind of face different directions as you add them. Just have them facing away from each other. We'll rearrange them once we've had them all added on. This is just so you aren't bumping into each other. And this is why it's nice to have those a bit longer wires on the ends of them. Are we just going to add all of these onto one?
No, I was going to go ahead and put these on. So you have 6, and then I'll have like 4, which is not an odd number.
And we have more petals. We can make more.
Yeah, I guess 6 isn't an
Real
odd number
quick.
either.
It is not. I broke the rule.
Well, rules are made to be broken.
All right, so once you've added about 3 of your small flowers on, we're going to go ahead and add our larger flowers. And as you can see, my stem is starting to get very short. So I'm going to show you guys how to add on more stem once we've added our flowers.
Yeah, I do like that these stems come in only 12 inches. It's easier to handle. We hardly ever need longer stems, but when you do,
This is the one time.
there's a trick, and
There
I love
is,
it.
yes.
We do have one quick question.
Yeah.
So Susanna is asking which kind of fixative from, I think, the previous question.
We've used Krylon. I think that's how you say it.
Yep. We can
That's
put
the
a link up.
fixative. Yeah, we can add a link. I believe Anna may have the link. If she doesn't, Virginia does. All
I have a little
right.
shorty.
Yeah, but we can add on to it. Oops.
Or have a shorty.
Or just
Sometimes
have a
they're-
shorty. Yeah. You know what? That would still look good in a bouquet, just sticking out somewhere.
There's a question for Megan.
Yeah.
Megan, is your tattoo of a crepe paper flower?
I mean, it could be a crepe paper flower, I guess, but it is I have a rose on my arm. That is a real rose.
Let's see if
But
you can see it
tattooed.
from this overhead.
I don't think you can. Oh, yeah. I also have some poppies on my arm as well. I like flowers. What can I say?
I think this is a flower-centric theme here.
Yeah. All right. So the trick for adding on more. So these thick stem wires come to a point, which is really nice. So we're going to take the pointed end and you're just going to line it up. And I'm actually going to stick it up a little higher than a flower just so it's hidden. So you don't see the end of it.
These are so pretty.
They are really pretty. But you know what we forgot to put on them?
What's that?
Were the sepals on the back of them.
Oh.
A green little leaf.
Can we go back and do that?
Yeah, well, we can go here. I have a trick also with these.
Hashtag real life people.
So this is live. I just realized we're just getting ahead. I got excited to start adding flowers on. So
let's just pull it out.
yeah, you can totally just pull the flowers out.
So my hope, you guys, is that as you see us make mistakes, you'll be much kinder to yourself.
Sitting here talking.
Yes. Be more
It's fine.
kind and patient with your own self when you feel like you're frustrated.
Yeah.
Right?
So you're going to want to add your sepal on before you put the flowers on your stalk. And you're just going to add one on and just wrap it around. And that's going to very nicely hide the back of the flower where you've glued.
Yeah, which is kind of, I was sort of,
Yeah, you're like, why does this look?
right.
Yeah, right? And so the nice thing about floral tape is you can just take it off
Mhm.
when you've
Versus
messed
hot glue.
up. Versus hot glue, yes. Versus gluing things on.
And while you're doing that,
Yeah.
there is a question.
Perfect.
It's a bit longer, but I think it's great. So I have a bunch of wine bottles because of quarantine. My city doesn't recycle glass, and I'd love to upcycle them. Do you have a recommendation for a flower that would look good in a wine bottle?
Yes. I love the idea of having a few stems coming out of the wine bottle, and I think that you'll want longer stems for them,
Yeah.
or you can also do a bigger bouquet that sort of dangles down off of them. Does that make sense? Like you could
Yeah.
probably do some bigger or longer stemmed poppies, maybe medium size, and then
Yeah.
have some of them kind of coming down because poppies' heads like to go all different directions.
Yeah, they do. Their stems are a little wild.
Mm-hmm. So that might be a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. A blooming branch would be beautiful.
Oh, yes.
In a wine
Blooming
bottle.
branches would be really nice
And
in a wine bottle.
And you can actually go outside and just recycle one of your branches off of your trees that might fall down.
Yep, that's what I always do for ours.
Get a glass cutter and cut some of them off too, and then sand them down. You can make different sized vases or even cups. I know, isn't it funny? I think quite a few of us have a lot of extra wine bottles.
Right? Yep.
In our recycling.
Luckily, Portland does recycle glass.
Yeah. We have a couple of people giving you some accolades for being human. So Jack is saying, glad to know you were human like us. Didn't think you made mistakes. Haha. Karen's saying you tore wonderful mistakes with humor, a good lesson. And also Sharon says that makes me feel better, not perfect, but you guys are really close. So,
well, thank you guys.
Oh, I know. I'm just doing them all. You can use the ones I've done too. So
Perfect.
let's just make one big
One
stem.
really big one.
Maybe we can stay focused.
I don't know if I got distracted with the questions or.
Oh, I don't.
was
You
just
know, I
excited
just think honestly, it's a
about moving
distracted day.
ahead.
It's just a distracted day.
yeah, a lot of people are really into the wine time too. So I
Right.
think we're all feeling it today.
Yeah. I actually got to go wine tasting a couple weekends ago. That was really fun. Because some of the wineries are opening up for wine tasting. Okay,
Yeah.
I think we have all of them weaved.
Perfect. So now we can actually add our flowers on.
You go.
Now that I have
A little mess going
a
on
little
here.
mess happening. All right, so we'll start with our smallest flowers again.
Replay.
Replay. All right.
I love everyone's comments. Christine is saying, you guys did it on purpose so we can catch up to you.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
there we go.
Thank you. Thank you, Christine. It just looks so pretty. I love
Yes,
watching Megan.
now
I love
it's-
watching somebody else make flowers.
And then Carol's asking, is it just one sepal to each flower?
You can do one or two. I don't think I specified on the template.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
it's
just.
I suppose if you need more to cover, if you need more
Did you want me
coverage,
to add everything to
go
it?
for it.
Okay.
Knock yourself out.
I'll keep going with the small guys then.
We'll have a nice big thick stem. Also, one of the things that we noted when we were photographing these is these are really small gladiolus,
They are.
which I love. I love
Yes.
the size of them. If you guys want to make the bigger gladiolus, like you might find in a vintage garden, don't you love how I say that?
Yeah.
Vintage garden. It's easy to enlarge the pattern.
Yep.
Super easy, and you can make them as big as you want to. I love the delicateness of this, and I feel like this size works really well in a bouquet.
It does, yeah. It's more I wouldn't say realistic, but it's more realistic to display.
Right. Uh-huh.
Just because.
So I'm going to overpower.
Yeah, before I add my last 2 flowers on, I'm going to go ahead and add
the
my
stem.
Okay. So yeah, we're just going to line this up. We're going to go ahead and cover it with some tape. And you want to make sure you tape all the way down past the end of your original stem. There we go. And this is probably like almost too long.
Which we'll end up cutting.
Which is fine. You may end up cutting it.
Or since it's going to be a bigger flower, you might want the height.
Yeah, or you may want the height in your bouquet.
I'm going to add this into the one we already have.
Yeah. And then
I have to say something else that
What's
happened this morning.
Go for it.
Speaking of funny mornings, I'm looking at Brittany. So we're doing sound check, and I sat down. I sat down here to eat my bagel, and it was live. So there was one person who made a comment and said, What's going on?
Why are you eating your bagel?
We deleted it immediately. But if the person who made the comment is here, raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
We all eat.
We do.
Just not live.
Just not live. YouTube
It was
live.
just funny. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so we do have another question.
Yeah.
And what other flowers would you combine with these in a vase?
Okay, let's see. I would use these as almost more of a base flower and then use other flowers as a focal. So I would say, I don't have it here, it's at my house. This would be really pretty with those pink peonies. So that being kind of sticking out behind and filling the vase, and then having the big peony heads kind of coming through with some buds.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty. What else? I would say I would pick flowers that are more garden flower.
Yeah.
Something you would find outside in your garden. Maybe not so much a hibiscus. But then again, why not? I mean, I'm sure you can make it beautiful.
Yeah.
What else would you think? I don't know if I would do poppies or things like that, but
I mean, you could do some like little like asters or just filler flowers.
That would
Very
be pretty.
Small, little wild
you could
flowers.
do roses with these would be pretty. So that would be my suggestion. Anything garden or almost wildflower feeling.
Yeah. All right, now we're gonna add our leaves, and I just used floral tape to add these. You can secure them better with glue if you want. Hot glue doesn't stick super well to floral tape, so if you are gonna glue them, I'd say use some tacky glue, and then this. There's that. And then I know this floral tape is lighter than the leaf, but we are going to cover it with some crepe.
And you're not doing anything to the leaves. You're just
I didn't do anything to the leaves. I just popped them right on. You can, if you want to add some shape to them, you can curl them a little bit after you've added them.
I'm going to prep your stem wrap here.
Yeah. And I have a couple extra leaves here, so I might add.
Might as well put them on.
Yeah, I'm going to add one more to it.
Prepping stem wrap.
3. Prepping stem wrap.
Roll, crepe, trim, ½ inch. Done. I think
Perfect.
We do this every time.
I know we do it every time, so it feels a
Some
little
people are
repetitive
new.
when we're like, this is how we do this. All right. And I have so obviously I'm not going to use all of this. So I just add this to my scrap bin, and then I can just go pull it out and check for it when I need some. So I'm going to put a little glue on the end.
You want to pull it forward and we can do an overhead?
Yeah. I'm just going to start it right there. Once I've wrapped it a couple times, I'm going to go ahead and add some glue down my stem, and this will just secure that. I'm not going to go all the way down, but
this is what
got a lot of things going on.
I know. I try to
me.
do this in the kitchen when I'm helping someone cook. Just clean up
Just
behind
clean
them.
as you go. Clean as they go. We're just going to keep wrapping this. And then just make sure you add some glue to the very end piece to secure that. We got a dog snoring behind us.
Can you all hear my dog?
This little snore. All right.
I'll pop them up here to say. Okay, there we are.
There we
And
go.
if you get really disturbed about this little lump here,
Yeah.
you could probably even it out with
You could
tape.
even it out with tape, or I didn't worry about it because that lump is going to be hidden in your bouquet.
And you could
'cause it's
also
so
add more
low
leaves
down.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, you could add more leaves around it. Yeah.
Whatever you'd like. So let's see, we're going to pick a winner, and then we're going to tell you what we're making
Yeah.
for next month. So I think Anna, are you picking the winner, Anna? I'm going to have a little of my coffee here.
Asking her now. But until then, everyone is really liking it.
Yay, it's a
Good.
beautiful flower.
There's also a question really quick.
Oh, yes.
Sherry is asking, do you stretch the florist tape all the way out before you wrap?
No,
No, we stretch as you wrap.
yes.
And it kind of warms it up as you go.
We actually have a video on using floral tape that you might want to reference, and it will be in the new master course.
Yeah.
So it does take a bit of technique, and you have to practice. So don't expect yourself to get it right off the bat, but you just don't want it to fall off when you're done.
Yeah.
So any other questions that we need to answer?
No questions.
Okay.
Just a lot of love for it.
Wonderful. It is really beautiful. Couple reminders, and then we're going to pick the winner. One, don't forget to sign up to the email list using the link. If you're a member, use the link that Anna's provided, because that way it can sync up to your membership, so we know that you go in the member category.
Yep.
If you could do that for us, if you haven't yet, that way we can stay in touch. If you missed it, we did lose our email list, so we are not spamming you when we ask you to re-sign up. And then secondly, what else? I think that was it. Oh, winner. We'll do the
We got
winner.
the winner
Yeah.
right here.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you on the screen. Well, it's,
Bum, 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 bum.
let's see. Idiot Dog. I don't know what your actual name is, but you are the winner. And if you could
Okay.
email,
How do you spell her name?
it doesn't say. It says it's a screen name. So
Her screen name is, or his her.
Idiot Dogger.
Oh, Idiot Dogger?
Yeah. So I
Idiot
don't know.
Dogger.
I know your name is on the screen. So if you could.
Is it? I don't see it.
Oh, it's in the Leah Griffith
It says
tab.
congratulations.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, if you could email, congratulations.
And speaking of dogs here,
Enzo wants to say hi, does he? He's so sleepy. We're going to
All
bring
right.
him in.
yes,
Hey,
yes.
bud.
Oh, here we are.
Oh, and her name is Melissa.
Oh, yay, Melissa.
Good.
And Enzo's saying goodbye, and he said
Mhm.
thank you for hanging out with us today and making it real. So, all right,
Great.
now we're going to tell
Yeah.
him what we're going to make, because I almost
Oh,
forgot.
yeah. We almost forgot.
All right, we are making a hydrangea, a crepe paper hydrangea, which we've done.
No.
What?
That's our
What did I make?
that's our August one.
That's what I'm
We're in
saying.
June. Next month's July. I was like, what are you talking about? I haven't made that.
Okay, what are we making?
Like Gerber Daisy.
No.
For member make?
No. Okay, never mind. We'll get back to you. No, it's a hydrangea.
No, for July?
Is it Gerber-
Yeah, it is. It's the daisy. We're making the daisy.
Okay,
I
here's
promise.
the thing, guys. First of all, this
We're
is a
planning way ahead.
this is a
so
really
we're
weird day.
confused.
Now you know what we're doing in August. This is a really weird day. Everything's just flying in different directions. And now that we're like months ahead,
We
in
are. We're
planning,
months ahead in planning.
I think we
So.
got.
Well, we just talked about what we were doing yesterday. We just planned August yesterday, so
we're doing a
it was
Gerber
on your
Daisy.
brain.
Yay!
And then a hydrangea.
So we will see you all in July, and hopefully we'll kind of have our act together a little bit more. So anyhow, see you next time.
Yeah. See ya.
All right, bye-bye.